Check, check, 1, 2. Check, check, 1, 2, everybody. Welcome, 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 welcome. Gus, if you're out there, I see you, brother. I see you in there, so I will add you shortly, bro. And we don't have anybody in here yet. There's one person now, but I'll be adding Mark Gus Scott soon. He'll be joining us tonight on the Rych Rage Rock Show. Let's get some people in here. Going to play a little bit of audio and get this party started. Make sure you can hear it. This is kind of a new setup for us tonight. I know, crazy. But here we go, baby. Wow, let's do it. Stop the weed, treat you the girl.
Wow, the show and radio. Only show to love you better than your hoe. The Rych Rage Rock Show, baby.
What's on the line? A lot better than another part of anatomy.
The following program is closed captioned for the thinking impaired.
I'm trying to think, but nothing happens.
Why don't you get a toupee with some brains in it?
Parental guidance is suggested.
You're listening to the Rych Rage Rock Show.
I don't trust this kid any further than I can throw him.
Oh, well, he's very popular. The sportos, motorheads, geeks, sluts, bloods, wastoids, dweebies, dickheads. They all adore him. They think he's a righteous dude. It's true.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and children of all ages, it's time for the Rych Rage Rock Show. Oh, yeah.
Now, before we do this, let's go over the ground rules. Rule number 1. No touching of the hair or face.
Of course.
And that's it. Now let's do this.
You came over, I must have been out of my head. When I picked up the phone, I should have stayed.
Trixter right there. Glad to be joined tonight. We're going to have Mark Gus Scott. You know him as the drummer of Trixter. Got a lot of new stuff going on with him. We're going to have him momentarily share the show. People out there, Rych Rage Rock Show, at Rych Rage Show, Facebook.com, Rych Rage Rock Show, YouTube, Rych Rage Rock Show. We're trying some new avenues, and trying some different things, and I hope it works. And of course, the first time out of the gate, it's supposed to have some stuff I type in that's supposed to share all over the world, and of course it doesn't. But one day everything's going to fall into place. But if I could use a little bit of your help right now, thank you very much with that. I'm going to fix this camera angle too. Not sure what's up. We got a little tray over there missing. We have our cooling pad missing. We're just kind of like getting to the office. We have to work. And and then get in here and make some things happen. But nonetheless, we're here bringing Mark right after this. Trixter covering AC/DC. Dirty deeds done dirt cheap. What? I don't think I've ever heard this. I don't even know if it's really Trixter. I'm going to find out with Gus next. We'll find out. He's coming up right after this. Live, loud, and proud right here on the Rych Rage Rock Show. Cricket. I can see, Mark, you people can't, but I see you, brother. I saw you back there. Wow, baby. All right, I'm going to mute my mic and see if the music sounds better. Here we go. I'll be right back. I got to get my phone. One minute till Mark Gus Scott.
Deep country chews, cyanide, TNT, oh, neckties, contracts, high voltage. Do anything you want me to.
Rage Rock Show, live, loud, and proud. Just had Gus on the line with me, ready to bring him in here as soon as I can find my headphones and like almost hang myself or whatever. Trying to slap it off, thought that could be him. And sure enough, it was when I saw where he was calling from, and I thought, uh-oh, that could be him. So slap goes the headphones. Always got to do it. And all apologies for not being around much lately. I've been under the weather and fighting some stuff. No, not the COVID. Everybody, and so it sucks today. You say you didn't feel well or something's going, oh my God, you've got COVID. No, I haven't caught that stuff yet, and thank goodness, don't want it. Sorry if you have, it does suck. It totally sucks what's going on in the world. Getting ready to bring in Mark Gus Scott right now on the Rych Rage Rock Show. Going to be freaking cool. Very excited. Like I said, this is the 5th time I am lucky enough to have him here with us now. And here he comes right now. What is up, Gus? How you doing, man?
Baba, what are you doing, man? It's been too long. Where are you guys? Are you okay?
Way too long. I'm okay.
It may not be the COVID. What does the proctologist say that everything's okay?
He said I've got a little bit of a little bit of an outie there going on, but life's been really getting me in the bunghole real good. Joking, man. Everything's great down there, though. Honestly. Maybe no, actually.
Well, not knowing, I'd be hesitant to say, but you certainly know how to light up my Tuesday fucking night. I'll tell you that much.
Right. Well, I appreciate that, man. I tell you what, it was all stems from when I was a little boy. I had a surgery. Something very rare with me, like my intestines and stuff. It happens very rare. Like 3% of boys get it, 1%. My mom knows more about it because I was 5. I didn't know anything. This is a long time ago. Medicine is advanced, and basically they have to take out the part they put in there and replace that stuff because it's causing some complications. So, with COVID,
Jesus Christ, God bless the rectum. You make sure that you look happy. So if you're faking it, keep up appearances. It's good.
I'm trying my best. Believe it, it's been a rough day. Believe it or not, work, everything else, man. But good to see you too, man. And it's glad to see you, man.
See, now when you say you've had a rough day, people say, my day wasn't so fucking bad.
Right? Maybe so. Yeah, that's true.
Hi-yo.
That's true, man. How you been, bro? Though I think we spoke the last time we spoke was this past summer. I was going to get you on, but then I had to cancel, unfortunately. I wanted to get you on, but you had some things going on, and I had some things going on. I wanted to talk to you about those things, but unfortunately didn't get to have you on. I think I was changing platforms. There were some issues going on, trying to bring video into it, and I really wanted to do that, and all apologies, but I think the last time I had you on was back in 2016, 17, somewhere in there in Alabama, I almost want to say, when I lived there. And, man, it's so good to have you on, but how the hell you been, man?
I've been a busy boy, and I got to tell you, things change from one moment to the next. I've been very fortunate in the sense that I'm overloaded with stuff. I think I'd rather be too busy than docile. I'm telling you, man, when I take time off, I turn into the biggest bum. It's like either my light switch is on or it's like completely off. And when it's off, I turn into bad shape. It's like, oh my God. So I tend to overload myself with stuff. But you know what? It keeps me busy. It keeps me rocking. It keeps me young as opposed to feeling like a damn bum, man. Like the whole COVID situation. When we were locked down, a part of me was like in a depression. Sat on the damn couch, click, click. Thank God I got my buddies out here in Arizona. Come on, Gus, get on the bike. We're doing this. We're doing that. So without them, it probably would have been 10 times worse. I got my boys out here, what we refer to, we are the 5. It's 5 guys out here in Arizona. Dominic Hinojosa, Wild McBrown from Dockin, Michael McAndrews, and Bobby Sis from Drop Diesel. We are 5 guys that will not allow life to conquer us. We do the conquering. And every week is the best week here in Arizona with those guys.
That's good to hear. I knew you and Mick were good friends, and that's good to hear you're still hanging out. I know you rode bikes together. You might go shoot some pistols together or whatever. You just raise hell, but you just go out. Powell, is that still surreal with you? Like you're hanging out with the drummer at Dawkins. I know you guys still listen to the music. Does he listen to the music? Obviously he's playing the music, but do you guys ever talk about that stuff when you're hanging out? Do you ever talk about Dawkins and, the days, back in the days and stuff? Or does that
I've been out. It's funny. I've known him for several years. But it really started just before I moved out to Phoenix. When he heard I was moving out here, he's like, Gus is moving out here? Let's ride motorcycles? He grabbed me and says, We have to sit down and have a talk. You're hanging out with me. I'm going to show you what's going on right here. And I was like, oh. So we kind of knew each other. We had the same booking agent. We did several shows together.
Nice.
But I really didn't become friends with him until I started to move out here. And from that day 2, he grabbed me and Dominic. We were the three amigos. We went everywhere. I go to a restaurant. I pick up a menu. Mick goes, put it down. Dom's going to take care of it. I'm like, oh, here we go. I don't know what to worry about. And everything was perfect from the freaking moment one that we started hanging out. And yeah, it got to one where we'd start talking about the band thing. But as time goes on, we talk less and less about the band thing, more about life. Like the band thing is like someone in obscurity as opposed to like really being good friends. You know, he's pretty much walked away from rock and roll. You know, and I even look at it, you know, yeah, I could understand a break, but I also know how a bad taste in your mouth can develop in the wrong situation.
Well, yeah.
And I think that's happened in his, you know, area a lot. And he's very I think he's more happy now than he's ever been. He's a real happy guy.
Cool. I wanted to ask you too, and I don't want to touch on it because we've already had, you know, I mean, we'll talk a little bit about it, of course. I don't want to ever say Trixter's off limits or anything like that to you.
No, nothing's off limits.
I know, exactly. And
except for my proctologist. Hi-yo.
I love you, dude. Hi-yo. Look, I love it, man. I love it. No shit. Yeah, right? I mean, God, that's what a dirty job, but somebody's got to do it, you know? You got to love it. I mean, my
might
God.
be that guy in a Cannonball Run. JJ, you want me to start the examination right away?
Listen, there's some women I would love to be their proctologist. I can say that. I mean, I will not lie. I would love to get close to that thing. I mean, I want to see it. I do. Not even going to lie, but I'm telling you, as a normal, healthy, well, you know, almost healthy male adult, you know, that's me. But maybe close on the adult part, not sure. But, I wanted to ask you, you know, when you today, you know, like when you hear a Trixter song, it comes on the radio, maybe you're on a show, like me, I just played Tattoos and Misery, and what goes through your mind? What do you think of when you hear a Trixter song nowadays? You know, what goes through your mind? Is it memories, flashbacks, bitterness? What goes through your mind?
Well, number one, it is different depending upon what song's being played. More often than not, it's funny, like right now when you play Tattoos of Misery, I remember filming the video. I remember laying the tracks. And, you know, it's weird when I think back, it's like, it wasn't that long ago. And then when you look at the date, it's like, holy crap, that was 10 years ago. You know what I mean? Yeah. So number one, it doesn't, even like the old stuff, it doesn't feel that long ago. Like it was 30. Now it's 32 years since the record came out, the first record. And it's like, that was 30. I mean, yeah, it might have been like 10 years ago, but 30 years ago, you know, it's weird to even say it. It's weird to think that I'm even that old, which sucks. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's a weird, I mean, I still feel younger than that. You know what I mean? At least in this kind of format, I certainly feel younger. There's times when I wake up in the morning, it's like, well,
of course, man. That's everybody. That's you know, we notice that when we start, you know, when we hit after 40, you know, and it's like we start noticing those things change, and you're like, you know, we're not 35 anymore, like, you know, or 25. You know, you know, 35 you don't really notice, but 45 you start noticing a change. You know, it's like, holy shit.
I'll tell you what, particularly in the past 2 years, and throw the COVID on top of it. That threw a big freaking rock at me, and not that anybody else did anything to myself, but my own mind doing it to myself. I aged more than 2 years in the past 2 years, for sure.
Oh, same here, bro. Same here. It's really at first it was kind of like, okay, we're gonna get out of this, you know. Okay, it'll be okay. We're gonna be out of this. January will roll around. It'll be okay, and then here goes another year. And it's like, dude, you know. And now we're just now starting to really. I think everybody's finally fed up with it. They're like, enough is enough already. You know, I mean. We can't stop, you know, and it's like people vaccinated, unvaccinated, whatever you choose, you know, that's people's, you know, whatever their prerogative, but it's not stopping it, you know, and so the vaccination's not stopping it, so we got to keep living, and so it's like, you know, it's not stopping people from getting COVID, so it's kind of like, I mean, it maybe is helping their, you know, whatever, you know, I mean, they say it's helping something.
Neither of us want to
but I really don't know. I don't want to give out false information. Yeah.
I think we're at a point where we don't have to say anything anymore. I think people just will not accept until a certain point when they realize for themselves, gee, during the shot, how come I'm still getting COVID? You know, so, you know, we're at a point where I don't think we even have to be so vocal about it. You know, so we'll just sit back and say, gee, what do you think's happening? You know what I mean? And I think they're going to see it for themselves. I believe that is starting to happen now. and it's becoming ridiculous. And they're looking back and saying how foolish the situation might be. So we'll leave it at that. How's that?
Right, absolutely. Now, going back to Trixter, with those guys, do you still talk to anybody? I mean, from the band, y'all still communicate, or has that been dead, or is that severed? Anybody?
I talk to Pete every week. Pete lives out here. He's the one that got me out to Arizona to begin with, and it was the best move I ever made. I was at his new house last week. He's doing very well. I hate to say it, I really have not talked to PJ or Steve in a very long time. I feel somewhat bad about that. And I guess I have some mixed emotions about the whole thing. But, hey, you know, I also don't want to offer any bad mouth. Never really did want to offer any bad mouth. But out of nowhere, they kind of kicked it up, I guess, about a year ago. And I haven't talked to them in almost 4 years now. So it's a little ridiculous how it just came out of nowhere like that. Must be some frustration growing within them. But I'm laid back, and I've got other crap going on. So I intend to conquer the world again. I really don't have a problem with that.
Right. Well, I read you say somewhere that you said Trixter probably won't ever perform again, that you feel that will never happen. You know, like you thought that might not ever happen. You don't see it really happening. Do you still feel that way? I mean, or do you think maybe people can change? I mean, maybe you know, I don't know. I mean, you've hit the 30-year mark. Haven't you? Did you guys hit that already or no? Or would that be 29? Is that 29?
Technically, the first record came out in May of 1990. So we're at 32 years since the first record. Well, just about, you know, but 31 and a half
so
years.
That'd be 40 years. So that'd be 40 years. My bad. I'm not doing my math very good, but it's like, so maybe around the 40th year, you know, if everybody's still around and healthy, you know, I mean, my God, if we don't have COVID-18, COVID-28 coming to kill us or whatever, you know, I mean.
when I said it probably won't happen, that isn't because I'm deciding. I'm just offering like a realistic, you know, from my standpoint, what I believe. And it's not just my choice. 4 guys got to be on board. And that goes with anything any organization does. Everybody's got to be on board with it, you know. And I'm just offering a realistic standpoint from what I see. I don't see it happening. Me personally, I would love to make it happen. I'm the first one on the bus, man.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? I always was. You know, I never wanted to be the guy to lead. But that's, you know, again, I'm not. I just don't want to lie to people. I still have hope, but I realistically don't see it happening, at least not in this point in time.
Right.
And here's another funny thing to even throw at it. You know, people think, and I used to see, I remember thinking about Van Halen when David Lee left, and, you know, what would the possibility be, or even a major band like Guns N' Roses when they were having problems. You think about it from an outsider's point of view, say, well, shoot, that kind of money. Just shut the hell up. Everybody take separate limos to the gig, do the gig, and go get at it. You know, and you do it for the fans. You do it for a greater good than yourself. But even if you're being greedy about it, do it for the paycheck. But there's more to it than that. Particularly, and it's weird for, I guess, for some people to see. But like we said, the first record for us came out 30 years ago. Do you know how many shows we've done together? And even when we disbanded, we put it back together in 2007, 2008, and we did it all over again. You know, so after a certain point, there's more to it than just the music. Unfortunately, I'm not happy to say that. I'm really not. I want to, even if things aren't so cool with us and the guys over in Jersey, I mean, I would love to just put that aside, look at them on stage, give them a hug, let's kick ass, do a great set, and get the fuck off the stage. You know what I mean?
Right on.
I'm game for that, man, but I don't believe everybody else is. So, again, when I say it from my viewpoint, taking the whole band into consideration. I don't necessarily see it happening as a reality.
Right. Well, it seems kind of like, you know, the other guys, you know, like PJ's doing his solo thing, and then, you know, then you got the whole Tokyo Motor Fist thing, and, you know, I mean, it's like, I don't know why Danger's not doing anything. You know, I mean, I don't get that. I mean, I guess they are, but, I mean, I thought that was kind of like going to be just like, you know, like an album type thing. I didn't know they're going to be out trying to play a lot of shows, and I still don't know how much they're doing. You know, I haven't really got into it. I think they put out 2 albums, and then it's like, you know, and I kind of, you know, I don't know. I would love to see you guys get back together. That would be cool. You know, I mean, I thought Tattoos and Misery was a great album. It was different. It still captured the vibe of the early Essence, but showed some, you know, like how you guys have matured and how you've grown up. You know,
dude, that album charted number 52 on iTunes, bro. The idea how we didn't destroy and come out and conquer is so far beyond me.
Yeah,
I mean,
absolutely.
So, but again, different guys look at things differently, you know, and not one person can drive the band unless they really, you know, unless everybody wants that one person to do it. And I think that's one thing we had a problem. We really did.
Yeah.
You know, but we had the thing that bothers me most is that we had some great opportunities and things that people didn't want to explore. And I find that to be the biggest crime. Not for me, but for all of us, as well as the fans. And
yeah,
you
I
know,
get it. I get it. You know, I mean, and like you said earlier, to back up, you know, like, you know, after so many years, I mean, it's kind of like, you know, when you're a father, you're a parent, you see your children grow, and you can just remember the other day when they were born. You know, it seems like yesterday. I mean, I know for me, I have one child, I have a son, and it seems like, you know, just the other day, it was a Saturday, I remember what time it was, you know, when here he came. And then it was like, you know, like the greatest day of my life. That seems like just yesterday, you know what I mean? So I get what you're saying. And then I think about when I played in bands in Dallas, Texas, you know, local bands, never at the scale that you had. You know, we had some gigs booked out of state, you know, oh yeah, we're going to go out for 6 weeks, you know, I mean, big deal, you know what I mean? But that was cool, you know what I mean? Like, hey, you know what I mean? But I get it. But then when you lose those things, now I wish we could do that stuff again with those guys, because I wish that we could go back and capture those moments of like our youth, that aggression, that fun. And then, like, everybody changes. Oh, I'm married. Oh, you know, I don't want to do it. You know, oh, the wife won't let me play the drums anymore. I can't do it. And, you know, my penis is screwed up now. I don't know. You know what I mean? It's something weird, man. You know, it's just like, literally. I mean, I've had a dude one time quit because his wife got pregnant. Literally, he played the most awesome set one night. And then after that, he's like, guys, this is the last show. What? Because of, you know, well, wife's having a baby. I'm like, dude, you can do it, man. No, you're going to regret it. You know, 10 years from now, you're going to hate yourself. I tried to tell him, you know, but they just
different people, different motivations, different reasons. I don't have to tell you, you illustrated it beautifully right there. And sometimes it's so out of the realm of the manner in which we think. So it's hard for us to understand it or process it. You know what I mean?
Right.
So yeah, it's a very different. And then throw 4 crazy rock and roll guys into the equation. Who knows where the shit's coming from, you know? So it can be difficult, and it is not necessarily based on logic, at least logic the way we perceive it. To someone else, their situation, it's a whole different ballgame, man.
Right on. I love that flag. It had a couple of people in here say they like the flag behind you. And tell us what that is right there. I will just say that I am a member of the LGBFJB community. You got it. LGBFJB community. I'm totally all that. So I'm sorry, everybody, but I am a member of a proud 100% member of the LGBFJB community. But I love it back there. Real American. I like that. Tell us about that, bro.
Well, I've got a new project for the people that don't know. I'm releasing a new vodka brand come middle of March called American Premium Vodka. It is going to be a salute to veterans across America. And to be quite honest with you, the reason why I started it is that there is the one thing I couldn't believe is that there are so many different brands of vodka out there. It's actually a ridiculous undertaking that I've taken. If you ever, whether you drink or not, just take a look one day down your vodka aisle and look how many darn vodkas there are. It is just stupid ridiculous. So the idea is to throwing your hat into that arena is almost stupid to begin with. However, there is not one vodka that celebrates the greatness of America. And particularly now, we are in need of someone to lead this country back to the greatness of America, because we appear to be so far from that. And it bothers me. It makes me crazy to think that no one has done this. So I am taking the lead. I've joined up with the American Legion. And for people that don't know, the American Legion is a veterans organization, a fundraising organization for veterans. There are 2 million members nationwide, and there are 12,000 posts across the U.S. And I will be going on tour across the posts of the American Legion, promoting American Premium Vodka and raising money for veterans. So I'm looking forward to this undertaking. I'm going on the road, man. It's going to be fun. We're going to get crazy. Awesome. And I'll tell you what, the idea that our veterans have been discarded and have been forgotten, that is something that just doesn't sit well with me. And people take a look at AmericanPremiumVodka.com. You can see my latest commercial spot. And you'll get an idea exactly where I'm coming from this. The way we think about all the crazy propaganda that's in the news, I don't care if you're Democrat or Republican. This is not a political party sort of thing. This is about America. And if you lose sight of how great of a country you live in, then you are truly lost. So come back home, please.
Yeah, that's the problem right there. I think you nailed it right there. It doesn't matter. Democrat, Republican, doesn't matter. I mean, right is right, wrong is wrong. So it doesn't matter, you know. I mean, I know a lot of people that are great people that were raised Democrat. Well, daddy was a Democrat, granddaddy was, and so they're born into it, and they can't turn against the family, or the family, I'll disown you, boy. You know, so but that doesn't mean there's not good people out there from both sides of the aisle.
Let me tell you something, and I'll even share this with everyone. Over the past couple of decades that I've been voting, I voted on both sides of the aisle. I find that there's certain individuals that possess greatness on both sides. So I don't necessarily endorse one party, but I got to tell you, lately that divide between the two has become much more severe, and that's to the detriment of the people. And I think that is of paramount importance that people have to start opening up their eyes to. And I'm not saying you have to convert one party to the other, but I think we all need to take a step back, pour yourself a drink, and let's have a talk about it. How about that?
That's right. That's right. I like it. And I can say this as a, you know, there's no such term as a former Marine, but I was in the United States Marine Corps. I'm classified as a veteran.
Semper Fi. Thank you for your service.
I never, well, thank you. I never got to go overseas and serve in a war. And believe me, as a Marine, you want to. That I have regret in my belly that I had the Eagle Globe and Anchor, but yet I have not gone and done the things that Marines do. And so I feel guilt sometimes because people look at me like, well, you're not a veteran. You know, you weren't in a war. You know, but I did fall down a mountain in the Marine Corps in training and doing some stuff. I did, yeah, I did. I actually did, and I have a bad knee from that today. But there's so many other Marines out there that don't have two eyeballs, they don't have a nose, they don't have all their lips, they don't have a face. You know, and they're airmen, they're soldiers, they're sailors, they're guardsmen, they're Coast Guard, they're people that serve our government, and it's sad because I had a series commander, and he had half his elbow blown off because he jumped on top of a grenade to save his men. Now that right there is a series. That right there is a leader, you know. And I've seen so many Marines that have, they're a torso left and a head, and it's sad, and it's like, and those are the people that need help. And so I'm glad to see this brother, you know, and I thank you on the behalf of veterans and, you know, out there and like myself, you know, and veterans in much more need than myself. I thank you, man, for doing that and giving a care. Where does that come from? I know you've done patriotic stuff before. You did that trumpet stuff. You know, where does this patriotism come from? I know you love America. Your family, anybody in there serve? You know, did you ever think about serving the country? You know, I know you got Trixter. That changes a lot of things, but did you ever think about going in the military? And, you know, where's this come from?
So number one, my father served before I was born. And that's how I became a proud son of the American Legion. I'm a member of the Pat Tillman Post 117 in Phoenix. So I'm honored to be a proud son of that. I actually, funny, this is a weird story, but I was going through divorce, I guess, at the time early on. I had a condo down in Florida. So I spent some time down there, and I got my suit on one day, got my tie on, the whole deal. I walked right into the recruiting office in Fort Lauderdale. And the guy looks at me, realized who I was, I guess. And I said, hey, I'm here and I want to serve. He looked at me and says, what, are you kidding? I looked him dead in the eye. I said, I'm not fucking kidding with you. But the problem was I was too old. And I was like, what do you mean I'm too old? I want to do this, you know? And honestly, it didn't come to me until later in life of what it really meant, you know, and what kind of commitment it took inside to do it. I remember I started playing taps at cemeteries when I was in high school. And I guess when I was a sophomore, it was maybe the first time I did it. And I was one of the better trumpet players. So I got to play taps in the cemetery. Then I was kind of young. I didn't even drive yet. And I'm looking around. It's like, I'm the guy carrying this on at like 15 years old. It's like, really? This whole thing hinges upon me. It's like, where the hell is everyone else that ought to be involved with this? You know what I mean? And I did it at Veterans Day, Memorial Day. I think those are the two big ones that we do during the year. 4th of July, I don't think they did. I can't remember. But we would do the parade, and the parade would end at the cemetery, and we'd do taps there, you know, at George Washington Memorial Cemetery in Paramus, New Jersey. Big frickin' memorial cemetery. And that's where it slowly started to sink into me. It's like, what's going on here? And I started to really learn about it because I was somewhat sheltered as a suburban kid in America. You know what I mean? I was in a middle class neighborhood. Grew up with a bunch. Had a pretty good childhood for the most part. You know what I mean? So I didn't learn about that sort of thing until later in life, and then only did it start to impact me. And I missed the boat, man. When I got all dressed up and walked into that recruiting office, it was too late. You know, so that made me want to serve even more. Like, what can I do to help? You know, so I did a bunch of marketing stuff. Yeah, and then when I came out to Phoenix, President Don Long of the Pat Tillman Post 117 came up and said, hey, man,
Oh,
really
wow.
like this deal. How would you like to get involved with? I'm like,
wow.
fuck yeah, I want to get involved. And now I've got a new president, Scott Sobieski, Vice President Lars Peterson, all at the American Legion, Post 117, the Pat Tillman Post in Phoenix. And I'm telling you what, these are committed individuals
What a stud,
that
man,
have
that guy was.
man, I got to tell you,
Hero.
the people don't understand how much fundraising that the Legion does. They raise over
Absolutely.
$90 million a year for veteran-associated charities. I mean, that's a lot of goddamn money.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
So, yeah,
That's
and they
great.
do it every year. And some posts are more active than others. And I got to tell you, I'm honored to be a part of one of the posts that's substantially more active than not. And we have so much fun doing it too, man. We got a motorcycle club, for crying out loud. The American Legion Riders. Give that a Google. Go check out our page on Facebook. You know what I'm saying? We got millions of members nationwide. And man, when we ride, we generate money for veteran charities. And it's the coolest goddamn thing to be a part of. I'm so proud. It's so cool.
It is. It's a rush. It is. It's a rush. I got to help some veterans when I lived in Birmingham. My mom helped out. I had a person that used to help with the show. We bought him some food before, and I used to go over there, and I would just hang out. And, I never carried the rank. I got hurt during training. I was just a private first class. But I have, these veterans, they'll see me, and they'll look up to me. They'll see the radio show, they'll hear stuff, and it's like, and I got sergeants, lieutenants, men that have served, Vietnam veterans, badasses, that have seen all kinds of stuff. And it's just, like I said, they just welcome you in like your family. Like, we love you, Rich, thank you. And that means the world to me. And I'm sure you got that same emotion doing that, like going and doing these things with them. What kind of feeling is it? Is it euphoric? I mean, does it help you feel like, hey, I wasn't able to do it then, but I'm doing something now?
Dude, I got to tell you, every week there's stuff going on. Like, even I'll just take this week, for example. We got tomorrow, one of our dear family members, Nancy Bayer, died, and they're doing a celebration of life. The whole Legion Rider crew is doing a motorcycle run to the cemetery, then back to the post for a celebration of life and making a party and raising money for the family. I mean, how freaking great is that? This then every Thursday at the Legion is Queen of Hearts night, where people gamble and go crazy, and there's drawings, and like people win cash, and we raise so much money every Thursday. Queen of Hearts night at the 117 in Phoenix. It's freaking huge. You can't get a fucking parking spot. This Saturday, Dave Abrams, one of the freaking good, lieutenants on the ground, is doing the annual dart tournament. Now, dude, want to tell you a dart tournament this Saturday? It's like they raised over $10,000 playing fucking darts. And it's, how many people come in for this thing? It's like, holy, I had no idea.
That's awesome.
People don't know. I'm telling you, like, there's some really cool stuff. And dude, we drink and have a great time and have fun and fucking awesome. You know what I mean? So, like, when I started to learn about this, you want to be a part, because not only are you doing something great, but you're having a great time doing it, man. It's awesome. So it makes you feel like, fuck yeah, what's going on next week, man?
Right,
it's like the coolest thing. I want to volunteer and be a part of that.
I think it's great. I mean, I know that you're from your dad, and everybody, and people that serve, they're going to like seeing that, and it's like, that's going to feel good on the inside too. So I'm very proud of you for doing that, man. I'm also very proud that you said, you know what, people do like, and women like vodka. I mean, it's crazy. Women like vodka, I think more than men. And so, what a smart strategy.
I don't know. I like it a lot personally.
Well, yes, I know. Well, I know, but hey, but that's not a bad idea. I mean, it's great. I mean, me personally, I can't, moderation, I'll have a couple little drinks, but that's some stout stuff right there. I've seen some bad things, brother. Well, people drinking that gut rot vodka, gut rot vodka. But what gave you the idea that day? I know you probably go in the store, you're seeing, it's all this Russian vodka, this vodka, that vodka. Where's the American patriotic vodka? Like you said earlier. But how did you find somebody to buy in with you to go say, you know what, Mark, I see your vision. How did that happen?
Well, to tell you the truth, I'm doing it myself. I'm doing, well, I should say I'm doing it with some help at the American Legion. But I mean, I came up with the idea about 5 years ago, and I kind of sat on it, know. But once the past couple of years, particularly when I saw the direction of where the country's going, I'm like, this is no better time. This is the America we need right now. It's not only, here's another thing. It's not just a vodka brand. I can't tell you, every once in a while I get someone who goes, well, I don't drink. So I say, listen, you support our veterans of America, you don't have to drink. You know what I mean? It's the idea of getting behind the cause. And that's why I stress to people, Just watch the commercial. It's a 1-minute spot. Take a watch this 1-minute spot. Maybe you'll understand what I'm talking about here. You know, the idea that America on the world stage, some people don't necessarily understand this ideology either. Do you understand what other countries look at America and what they think? That's horrible. You know, think about that for a moment. Some of the crazy things we do. Why are our gun homicides over 39,000 a year when other countries have 112? You know what I mean? It's like there's a little difference. There's a big difference, and the perception we give to other on the world stage is somewhat skewed. And I think it's time to take little steps to put that back in line of where it ought to be. So this is one step in doing so. It's not about drinking, but it's about recognition of America the way it ought to be.
Oh, yeah, I don't think you're, that doesn't mean you have to go get drunk. I mean, I love to drink beer,
Right.
but, I mean, every now and then I might get a little overbuzzed or something that doesn't have
The message that the brand carries is a lot more important than the drink itself. You know what I mean? And that's really what the cause is all about. And that's why we raise money for veterans from it, not from drinking contests, but from really recognizing what the brand is all about.
Right on. And, that's great because, there is a big percentage, I would say probably 50% of the world probably consumes alcohol in moderation, and I mean, and they have it because they like to have it. It's Friday.
I don't know. In Phoenix, it's a little higher.
Well, it's a little bit higher here too, but I'm trying to be a little bit.
All
right. Oh, not me, honey. It's like chick could be listening. Chick could be listening out there. Chicks are listening. I don't even know what I really do. Come on, man, I gotta paint the picture. Anyway, but it's true. There's a good percentage of people out there that like to have their weekend drinkers. They get home from work, they've had a long day. They're gonna read the paper. They're having, it might be one drink or two. You're not gonna be screwed. That could be good for you. It could be good for you to have a little bit of moderation. To take the stress up and feel good. Like red wine, whatever, a cold, nice dark beer. Maybe some good vodka can do you good too. Take the stress off your back. Maybe you relax. Maybe you sleep good like a kitten that night. I don't know.
Yes, I'm still performing some R&D, so I'll let you know how things go.
Right. Yeah, I was going to ask you, how is the testing? How long have you guys been testing it?
We're currently testing right now.
Wow, cool. Oh, awesome. Wow.
No, I mean, it's funny though. The one challenge, well, at least one task that I had to perform, and it was a fun task, but finding the right vodka. You know what I mean? So I had to travel the country to different distilleries, different providers, and see what made vodka great. I mean, I'll be honest with you, I liked vodka, I drank it, but I didn't really know the essence of what vodka was all about, how it was produced, what made the best vodka, that sort of thing. So through my travels, I learned a lot, and I'm learning still now. But the biggest thing I was concerned about was coming up with a quality product from, America. And I think that was challenge number one, and I found it, man. I'm telling you what, a gluten-free product that's clear and clean, that's made from quality ingredients. And I'm telling you what, I'm so proud. I cannot wait till this launches because I am truly so proud of the product we're putting out and the cause that's behind it. It's really something very, very special.
Well, if you're going to drink, you might as well drink healthier, and so that's better, gluten-free, better for your gut, better for your gut.
Absolutely.
So, I mean,
but I'll tell you what, as you can also see, vodka is a clear liquid, and the body certainly processes clear liquids better than it does colored ones, so to speak. You know what I mean? Like the darker the liquid you consume, it's harder on the body. So a clear liquid alcohol is certainly processed in the body better than when it's not clear.
Yeah. Wow. Interesting to know. So that's interesting. True. I always knew that, is it true? The higher the proof, the better it is? I mean, or is that not necessarily true?
Yeah. Well, number one, no, I wouldn't say it's the better. And, different palate. And, the way somebody tastes something is also somewhat subjective. So you can't say blanket. But I know many instances where I've tried 100 proof vodka versus the 80 proof vodka. And I like the 80 better. And if you look on all the bottles on your store shelf, I'm going to say a good 98% of them are 80 proof or less. A lot of flavored vodkas, I believe, are 75 proof or 70 proof. So really, American Premium Vodka is 80 proof, just so you know. So I got to tell you, I love what we've done. I really do. And I had some help along the way. And I had a lot of learning to do too, man. You know what I mean? It wasn't just what I liked. I had to make it, and I had to make it at the right price, so it wasn't like $100 a bottle. And for a new guy to do that versus all the big boys out there making 1 million bottles a month, that's the challenge. You know,
Right on.
you want to say,
Right
I've
on.
got the best vodka. Come buy it. It's $100 a bottle. People look at me and say, get the hell out of here, Gus. I'm not buying that
Right.
shit. You know what I mean?
Right.
So to make
Right.
something competitive on the world stage today, and today is harder than ever to source goods, and
It
make
really
your supply
is.
chain, ready to go. It's very difficult, man. Even the big boys are having problems with that. So it's a
Yeah.
battle from day one. But for the cause, yeah, I'm willing to do it, man. It's really cool.
Yeah. We need truckers. We need rail. We need air. We need all this
You
stuff.
know what I'm saying?
Transportation.
Yeah, keep it
We
coming,
need it,
man.
bro. We need it right here in
Every
the
damn
States,
step, dude. I'll do you one better. I want to show you something funny. Here, I'll give you an idea. I hope you can see this.
Yeah, just hold it up when you do it.
Yeah,
We'll
this
see.
is the
Let me
bottle.
hear.
of,
Let me see if I can make you full screen here. Let's see here.
All
Yep,
right.
here we go. All right, there you go.
That's American Premium. Whoop, there we go. American Premium Vodka bottle, right? Now, the blue is the top label. The red is actually a label on the back of the bottle coming through to the front. All right?
Oh, wow.
So let me give you an idea of some problems I have. This is the front label of an actual bottle. See the front?
Yeah.
Now, I got the back label here, but here's challenge number one. You want it to come through the back like that to make it look like that, right?
Right.
But when the label maker puts your image in reverse
no.
and puts the adhesive on the wrong side of the label,
No.
you can't make it stick on the goddamn bottle. So believe me when I
Somebody's
tell
getting
you,
free. Somebody
the
just got
challenges
comped.
that one has to go through today just to make it happen. It's like,
Ouch.
you got to be fucking kidding. But yeah, so just give you an idea. That's just the fucking labels, you know?
Wow.
So when it comes to getting the corks to make the right diameter, to make sure a Board of Health approves, to make sure that the Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms has approval on this, it's like, oh boy. Every step of the way. If I did this 10 years ago, it would have been so much easier than it is today. It's very weird, very strange.
Yeah.
So, but persistence will pay off and steady as we go. But I mean, they put the adhesive on the wrong side of the lip. Really? Really? It's like, guys, fucking work with me here, you know?
Was it a Monday morning too? Was that a Monday morning thing? Actually, a Monday. That seems so Monday.
After we did the R&D for the fuck.
Right. Oh, jeez. Oh, hell. Oh, damn it. Well, you live, you learn, you know. What can you say? You live, you learn.
I'm telling you, man. So yeah, I mean, I could laugh and say, oh, it's a battle, or fun and all that, but you know what? Every step of the way is a battle. Every step of the way is a battle. And hopefully at the end of the day, I'll keep the smile on, because sometimes on some days it certainly is very difficult.
Well, of course, man. That's everybody, man. We get those moments, you know. It's like, good God, you should watch me when my football team loses, you know, like, especially, not necessarily the pros, my college football team. Oh my God, did I freak out? But, no! You know, I mean, like, I'm not pleasant to be around watching that stuff. I can't handle it. You know, we've been winning. Alabama's my team, so we've been winning a lot. So that loss to Georgia really hurt.
Oh, man.
They had a damn good game, but anyway, man, that's cool, man. I love it. You know, there is so much to learn with that stuff. I mean, I don't really know. Like I said, I'm old school, just a beer drinker, you know, just whatever's on sale. I don't care. You know, if I can put it in me and put it right back out, I don't care, you know? And so probably the wrong way to look at it, you know?
No, man, a lot of people have the same idea, and I'm not going to knock you for that. Let me tell you something. You know, before I got passionate about the whole vodka thing, I wasn't all that particular about the vodka, unless I was drinking straight vodka, which is a rare thing. I drink straight vodka more recently now that I have a greater appreciation for it. But realistically, I typically mixed it with tonic or grapefruit juice or something like that. And then when you put some on it, you almost you can't necessarily tell. So believe me, I don't knock you for having that subscription to that point of view. I really don't.
Yeah, no, it's no big deal to me. I just just be myself, you know, that's all you can do, you know. It's like we start trying to be other people or whatever, that's when we get into trouble. Just be you. That's what we got to do in this world. So today they're trying to tell you who to be in this world. Everybody's trying to force feed you who to be. And it's like, you know, just be. But now you can't think for yourself anymore. You got to have somebody tell you what to think. And it's like, give me a break. You can't have your own radio show or podcast or somebody's going to get pissed off. You know?
Oh my God!
I thought Sebastian Bach was the youth gone wild, not the old angry man yelling at cloud. You know, what the hell happened to him? What the hell happened to that guy, man? For real, have you ever met him? I mean, Bach's by all accounts seems like a nice guy. Seems like he's a nice guy. Seems like he's bubbly, happy. You know, when I met him, he was, you know, by God, he was pretty inebriated, but he was having a good time, you know. And
well, you know what it is, and I've known him for a long time. We did we did shows with Skid Row before Sebastian. No,
makes the fans- it makes
we've
the
known the
fans
Skid Row
mad.
guys for a long time. I just saw Scotty Hill and Rob Hammersmith, as a matter of fact, last weekend. They played in
Nice.
Phoenix. And they sounded freaking
Betcha.
fantastic. But I mean, God, knowing Sebastian a long time, dude, he was always very, very nice. However,
Yeah.
I believe he has a short temper. So if something pisses
Does.
him off, he's gonna fucking let you know about it.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
He's
But-
Aries. He's Aries.
yeah.
you
So
know,
a
totally
super
Aries.
nice guy, but maybe a
Yeah.
short fuse. You know, I think that might
Yeah.
be fair to say.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. I appreciate you saying
Yeah.
that because I just see.
I'm glad I'm on his good side.
Well, yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, absolutely. I mean, he's a cool dude. You know, I love his voice. I love all that stuff. I just know it makes people mad, you know, when he talks about it. Like, come on, you know, like the other day on Blabbermouth, they're laughing at him. And it's like, dude, that can't be a good pub. Just be quiet, you know? And it's like, I know Blabbermouth's hit or miss. You get a lot of trolls that go in there. They can't wait to say, you know, they're looking to be the next funny guy, you know, and the keyboard warrior that's done nothing, you know? And so it's kind
Yeah,
of.
they like getting light
yeah.
put on themselves by throwing crap at other people. You know,
Well, yeah,
whatever.
because
I
they've
get
got
that.
the-
But
they've got their
let me tell
grocery
you,
store
this, don't
stocking
discount
jug,
a
you know.
lot of what Sebastian's done. Like when he
Oh,
started doing
absolutely not.
Broadway, dude, the man's a talent. The man had the guts to
Absolutely.
step up and do it, and he came through with shining freaking stars. So guess what?
Yeah.
Don't knock that motherfucker, because he'll knock you the hell
Right
out.
on.
You know, it's
Well,
really
I
that
agree,
simple.
I agree. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's cool. I like it. Yeah, I like it. You know, I do that. The past week he's been kind of like one of those topics you see in our community, in the rock community, because the whole Neil Young thing, and then the Joe Rogan Experience podcast, you know, and everything that's been such, you know, like massive news. I mean, to me, Joe Rogan, I mean, I'm sorry, but when you're getting 11 million listeners, you know, my God, you can do whatever the hell you want. I'm sorry, but
Yeah.
that's going to sell.
Let me tell you
That's
something,
gonna
though.
sell.
I'm willing to bet, and I just saw something on Joe. He posted this narration little piece where he addressed the whole Neil Young thing. He addressed the Spotify, I don't know, the conflict that's going on. You know, call it what you will. But the man's under pressure also from the people that are paying him $500 million. You know, let's get real. So I believe some of the stuff he's doing, he's under pressure, possibly to do so. He started that podcast by
agreed.
wanting to just be him. You know, and it materialized into this thing. God bless. I love it myself. I love Joe Rogan. I think he's fantastic.
Yeah, it's cool.
But
That's a great
it
show.
has turned into an animal that is even past what we ever thought it would become right now.
Oh, yeah.
So
I
I'm
thought
sure
he-
there's intervening variables that just may guide him a little bit in certain ways, particularly now with the whole Spotify issue. It's a very sensitive
Right on.
something.
Absolutely,
You know.
very, very sensitive. Yeah, it's really interesting. I mean, I think he has a good show. You know, you don't have to like what he's talking about. You don't have. I mean, you don't have to ever agree with anybody. You know, that's what gets me. People watch TV shows. You don't have to like the episode. You know, you could watch Law and Order SVU. They've been on what 20 freaking years. You're gonna see episodes you don't like, but then you're gonna see an episode you love. You know, it doesn't mean you gotta hate everybody. Oh my God, you know. And it seems like we've got this world now. It's like they can't wait to knee-jerk reaction. You know, it's like what shock value can I throw out there today and see what sticks, you know, and like what knee-jerk reaction can I over? And it's just like I think that's what's kind of gotten people. I mean, my God, we've had, you know, there's been great guests come on that you get inside of, you know, Joe Rogan. I mean, it's kind of cool, you know. I mean, I
Man, not to mention, not just the
yeah.
guests. Let me tell you, the way Joe interacts with them, I love it. I mean, first off, the man is
Yeah.
intelligent. He is intelligent.
Absolutely.
Let's start with that. How many real intelligent people are there on the internet these days?
Exactly.
So, you know, the
Exactly.
pickings are few. Two of my favorite,
Right.
Dan
None on
Bongino
Twitter.
and Joe Rogan, are tops for me. You know what I mean?
Right.
You know, they really
Absolutely.
got something, you know.
There are no intelligent people absolutely on Twitter. I can tell you that right now. None on Twitter. No, stay away. Stay away. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. There actually are some good ones, but my God, that place seems to be like, you know, just stay the fuck away, you know. But God, I have one, but I try to. You go on there and it's just such a rough crowd. I mean, it's just like you can't really say anything unless it agrees with what their platform. And that's really what's become sad with everything is like you have to say what their platform aligns to, or you're struck down. You know, and so
Agreed.
gotta-
Yeah, that is
yeah.
not an American ideal. That is
No,
not an American
that's
ideal.
not freedom
And that
of
bothers
speech.
me a
That's
great deal.
me
I
too.
think people are starting to see that more and more. And that is
Yeah.
not the, you know, that is not the foundation of what this country is built upon.
yeah,
And it just may, and if it persists, it just might be
Yeah.
its downfall also. That's really gonna be a problem.
absolutely. Speaking of podcasts, COVID, everything, you know, that changed a lot of stuff. You see a lot of rockers out there, they're making podcasts and doing stuff. Zach Wilde just announced he's got a podcast coming out that he's going to be doing once a week. Have you given any thought or entertained the idea of maybe doing a podcast? You know, you doing whatever music you want to do. I mean, it might not be what people think, but it'd be you. Maybe it's talk, it's rock. But have you thought about that?
I've thought about a lot of things, podcast being one of them, yes. Even thought about doing one with Pete Lauren from Trixter.
Nice.
And
that'd be great.
yeah, we even made up
really
some
cool.
art.
Wow.
And we had
badass.
some shots of us from the old days and shots of us now, and we thought about the idea of doing something then and now. Playing stuff of the old day and newer stuff. But honestly, here's the thing: you got to have a passion to really make you want to do it on a consistent basis, not just a one-shot deal. So to do that consistently, I didn't embrace it to that extent. Who knows what the future may bring? But right now, it's all about American premium vodka, and we'll see as time goes on. We'll see what happens. But right now, this is what I'm concentrating on. And dude, believe me, over the past several years, I've thought about many things. There've been many opportunities that come my way. But I got to be passionate. Got to have some depth to it, and that's why I do the American premium vodka in line with the American Legion, what they're doing, and all the efforts they do on a national basis to raise money. I mean, it's a beautiful thing for beautiful causes. I want to be a part of that. You know what I mean? That drives me. That really, it's more than just the money from my pocket, dude. It's like I'm happy. I feel like I'm part of something. Feel like I'm really involved in something that makes a difference, that makes America great. And I want to be a part of something like that, not just some more shit to throw at your Twitter account. You know what I mean?
Right. That's so true. I mean, money helps. It can help, it can help suffice things, but it doesn't end up being happiness at the end of the day. You got to feel.
Dude, let me tell you something. I have made millions of dollars. Guess what? I have also spent millions of dollars. And it's not, and listen, it's always great to get a fat check, but I don't live to make a fat check. You know what I mean? When I get on the bike with me and the 5 in Phoenix, it ain't about making money. And there's nothing I'd rather do than be on the bikes with my boys. You know what I mean? We go out to the desert with a bunch of guns and go shooting. It ain't about making money, but that's what I would elect to do in lieu of making a fat check. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We don't live our lives being a slave to a dollar. Fuck that. Won't do it. That isn't what gets me out of bed, man. If I have to, like for instance, this week I'm going to be volunteering over at the dart tournament, and guess what, man? I'm going to be excited to get out of bed and get down to the Legion. I'm not making any money. I'm raising money for veterans, and you know how much fun I'm going to freaking have doing it? That's what gets me out of bed. Shit, man. I can give a crap about the paycheck. Maybe I'll get a hamburger.
Hey, welcome to actually, you are a radio man. I didn't know, but actually now you are a radio man, because that is exactly what it's like being a radio man. You have no idea if you're going to get paid or not. You just do it because you freaking love it.
Yeah, I'm telling you, that's the thing, man. It ain't about the cash. I mean, sure, everyone's got to make a living. But, I've had real fancy cars and I've had clunkers, I've had big, big thousands of square feet of living quarters, and I've had under 1,000 square feet living quarters.
Me too,
so,
man.
I
probably got you beat. But.
That is not what dictates happiness. I swear to God. Lord knows how many times I've been in my own operations and I've had piles of cash in front of me and I'm miserable and I don't want to go home. I mean, that dynamic is one of the strangest things to experience, to be financially secure and completely insecure in life. That is just a weird dynamic. And I learned the hard way that, that is not what makes life. That is not what life is all about. And that is not what at least motivates me to go through life. There's something more. There really should be something more. At least there is for me.
Absolutely. I agree. I mean, you got to be happy it's like, to me, like the simple things are what really matter. It's the simple stuff. We wake up every day, we hear the bird chirping, the sun is shining, you feel it on your back. It's like this morning, me and you were talking. I said, man, it's cold. And it's like, it was 17 degrees for me. And then you said you're freezing at 59 degrees. And I'm like, dude, I wanted to reach to the phone.
I'm not even kidding. I swear to God. Now, right now is like the coldest it gets in Phoenix. Yeah, and in the mornings, maybe it's like high 40s or, low 50s. And I'm fucking cold, man.
No, I have my window. I have my window open, getting the fresh air. Oh yeah, great winter day right there. That's a short stay, man.
It's funny. I remember just before I moved to Phoenix, Pete was living out in Phoenix for 22 years or something. And we would do some shows in Minnesota or North Dakota in February, and there'd be feet of snow. And once I was driving, and I said, hey, Pete, get some of that shit off the windshield. And he didn't have gloves, and he'd be out there. Oh, no one hated the cold more than Pete.
And Pete would be the one doing it. He'd actually go out and do it.
You missed the spot, motherfucker. You missed the spot.
Yeah.
Go, fuck you.
How hilarious. Y'all probably would have all got out just to see me do it. You know, was he that gullible every time? Was Pete always the one y'all would go to? Pete, just go out there. Pete, fix
it. We would play Florida. At 70 degrees. He's got a jacket buttoned up to here. I'm like,
oh
what's the matter with you? He goes, I'm freezing. But I didn't know until now. I move out here. Let me tell you, after a couple of years here, if the pool is below fucking 88, I'm not going into motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not kidding, bro. And now when it's like 55, I'm not going outside. It's too fucking cold. Let's at night. I got a nice sport jacket on and a scarf. It's fucking cold, man. I can't do it. But I live in Jersey. It's 0 degrees out in the snow. I'm out there with no jacket, getting wood and whatnot. No problem. I'm Green Beret. Right. Now I'm the biggest pussy in the world. I will never pass my basic underwater diving skills with the SEALs. It'll never work.
You guys also have like 118 degree days too. So
that's very comfortable. Nice.
So I can see. So I can see where 50 degrees. Like, holy shit, dude! Get bread, get milk. Oh my God, we're gonna die. So I can totally see it. I can totally. That's like 60 degree change right there. Maybe 70 degree change, and that's a lot. So
I know, but you get used to it. And again, the big funny thing that's not so funny out here, it is a dry heat, and there is a big difference. And at the end of the day, dude, let me tell you something. Last time I went to Jersey, it was summertime. I was staying at my buddy's house. I took a shower. I get out of the shower. I start sweating immediately. Just the humidity is oh my God. It was worse than being in Arizona. I'm telling you, man.
That's
but I grew up I grew up out there, and I don't know how the hell I did it. I don't know, because going back now, I remember when the plane landed in Newark, they opened the fuselage door. I took out my phone, and my phone fogged over. I was like, what the fuck? I never experienced that before. I don't even know how I made it through. I don't know. But I'm very sensitive to it now as opposed to the way I used to be,
Yeah, I've been in Idaho now for like 5 years. I've gone back to Alabama, to visit. I almost went to school down there like maybe 3 years ago or something like that. And I was really serious about doing it, but then just ended up not working out. Kind of missed Idaho too. To be honest, I kind of like missed what I had going on here. And I like the state.
I love Idaho.
I know you've been up here too, and it's so beautiful. People don't get that when you see mountains. I know you see them there in Zona, the mountains and everything. It makes you feel different, doesn't it? Just seeing the mountains.
100%, absolutely.
It's insane.
I got good friends in Idaho Falls. Judd Ball, love you, brother.
Yeah.
Chris, Stacy, how are you?
That's beautiful area. Beautiful.
Travis Jody, love you. But yeah, we got a bunch of friends out there.
They were like -7, or they were like -3 last night in Idaho.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. One of the coldest experiences I ever had was in Idaho. I was at somebody's house, and I said, shit, I forgot something in the glove compartment of the car. The car's in the garage. So I said, I was in bed. I said, let me just run out to the car real quick. I had bare feet. My feet hit that concrete floor. It was the coldest fucking concrete I ever felt in my life. I will never forget the feeling that gave me by coming in contact with that fucking stone. I couldn't even fucking believe it. Oh man.
The ground is hard.
But by the same token, I remember going snowmobiling out by Yellowstone, and let me tell you, it was one of the best goddamn days I ever had. How fucking beautiful country. And you people could see me in Idaho on my Instagram, stuff like that. There was boating with my buddies out there. The best damn time, dude. I love it out there. Love it.
Me too. That's what's kept me here, is because it's the beauty. You go up, you got like, you got Eastern Idaho, you got Western Idaho, then you got like the panhandle, so to say. And you got so much. And then you got Oregon over here, which is gorgeous. They have their political problems, and then you got Wyoming and Montana, it's just over there. But you got Wyoming, and Idaho does have some Yellowstones right there on the edge. So it's kind of cool. Bear country, brother.
Dude, I love about Idaho.
Yeah.
Here's Idaho. Yeah.
Oh, right. Yeah. Oh, yes, we do carry. Yeah, I know. Right to carry state. That's true.
Yeah. God bless those Arizona.
Like that. Yes. Right on. Well, obviously. Right on, man. Yeah, true. They do carry a lot of stuff. That's great. But hell yeah, man. I love it. That's awesome, bro. I love it. That's one of our amendment rights right there, brother. The right to bear arms. We got to keep that freedom, Absolutely. We got to keep that freedom. People won't understand, We got to stop criminals. If we lose that, then criminals are going to get the weapons. When you take it away from good people being able to get weapons, they're going to come home and shoot you.
I think more and more people are starting to come to that realization.
Yep.
Starting to happen. You know what I mean? It's like I said, same thing about the COVID thing. They're starting to come around. They see the injustice. They see the ridiculousness. It takes some people more. And let me tell you, it took me some time to see things also. You know, I don't want to start bringing up all conspiracy baloney, but you know what the sad thing is about a conspiracy theory? It's like you realize that part of it is true or something about it is true. It's not necessarily a conspiracy theory. You know what I mean? It's like it's the altering of facts, and people start in the shit comes out, dude. Shit comes out.
And they do that all the time, and they've been doing that for years, the altering of facts.
Since the country was since before our country was created.
Yeah, and all of a sudden we had to create these things called fact checkers, you know, like, oh, people here. Well, here's a website where some people we pay. Here's some people on our pay list that we tell them to say, oh, what they said. Well, no, here's the truth, you know. And it always goes back to some bullshit, and those people are such full of shit. They get so much money that people don't see. There's only like 3 or 4 of them out there, but they've like kind of like took over, they've like monopolized the business in a way, and they go out there and they just say, well, this is wrong, and then you can find it. I mean, I've sat there and watched things where I've sat there and seen it with my own eyes, heard it with my own ears, and they try to tell me that that wasn't true. What?
We're dealing with some fragile individuals in this country, and some of them it just takes a little more time than others. So I won't hold it against them. These days, more than ever, there's a lot of misinformation on every platform out there.
On every,
so I ask people to think for themselves, and sometimes it just takes some individuals a little longer. And that's cool. That's cool.
Yeah. Just, you know, just make sure you get on the boat before it sinks.
But all I can say is don't be, you know, listen, do some listening and let it process a little bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Don't just be so quick to say, that's bullshit.
And watch and observe. Watch and observe.
There you go.
You know, if we take some time and we watch, observe, we can pick up so many things, and you can see. You know, go out there and look at stuff, and look in your own neighborhood, and look at your, you know, your neighbors, the people around you. Ask them questions. That's what I hate about the world today. It's like all of a sudden, you know, what was it? It was, you know, the quarter. Aaron Rodgers asked a question, and oh my God, he asked a question. How dare you question the government? Are you fucking kidding me? Our founding
government
fathers
is the place that we're supposed to direct our questions to.
Exactly. The founding fathers, Thomas Jefferson, George Washington, Paul Revere, these motherfuckers questioned the government. We wouldn't be here today if they didn't question the government. So hello, people. So I you know, like I said, I don't want to really get into all that stuff, but it's really become sad because it's changed me too. Like I said, the last couple of years, you know, I'm sure it's changed you. You know, we had to be alone for a while, and oh my God, I'm alone. There's nowhere to go. No rock and roll shows. Idaho kind of shut down completely. You know, I was kind of like, I wish I was back southeast. At least they kind of rebelled a little bit, you know. I didn't have a way to get out down there, you know. I couldn't afford to just travel back and forth to just go get my rocks off, you know, and go watch some rock and roll. No, you know, and so it changed a lot of people. And, you know, I'm ready to see us get back to fun, man, and these gigs and these good times. And
it's coming, man. It's coming.
You know,
I'll tell you, like I said, this weekend saw Skid Row with Warrant Winger. Great show here in Phoenix. Lots of people out there, man. It's a packed house.
Yeah.
Thousands hanging out, having a great time. And guess what? Nobody got sick. So it's a beautiful, beautiful thing. It's happening, brother. It's all coming back.
Yeah, it is. And I feel great about that, too. You know, it's great to see. It's going to be amazing. And, you know, I just can't wait for that. I know we kind of went off on a little tangent there, and I apologize for that. I really want to get to some stuff that I want to ask you that's fun. What's the craziest gig you ever had? You know, like the wildest thing that you've ever had gig-wise. Like maybe it was like, you know, didn't go. The promoter was weird. You know, I mean, have you guys ever been ripped off in Trixter? Have they ever ripped you guys off? Like, you ever lose a promoter, rip you guys off, not pay you?
There was one instance where there was a problem getting paid, but in the end we did. That was a weird. There was a I don't want to mention names, but there was a motorcycle gang involved.
Oh my God! Oh shit!
Yeah, but
I can only imagine which one.
Yeah, at the end of the day, when there's contracts and insurance in place, so you know, with those things sort of, you're insured. Otherwise, as far as craziness goes. Dude, there isn't just one necessarily. The crazy part was, like, particularly, maybe there's one tour in particular, that Blood, Sweat, and Beers tour with Warrant. That was a crazy fucking tour. You know, the idea, those 3 bands at that time, we literally conquered this country. And we literally own this motherfucking rock. So when we convoyed wherever we went, it was an ordeal. So whether it's before the show, during the show, or after the show, it was a time to remember. And the idea is that we did it every fucking night, and that's the craziness. You know what I mean?
It is.
That was the thing. Whether it's a sexual tyrant or somebody, a band almost couldn't go on because there was a dilemma or someone was lost. And, it was just every day was something different,
Your singer, could it be the singer? Someone's lost. Where's the singer? Oh, my God. He's out in the back. We know what he's doing, Where's he at?
Right.
He's out there getting a Woodrow,
I remember there was one time, I believe it was in Texas, where we had to stop playing. One of the promoters didn't come through. And to fulfill the contract, Warrant had to play 4 songs to fulfill their contract. And then they had to stop. And the crowd rioted. And we had to get our way out of there. And our bus drivers were armed, trying to get us out of there. I mean, there was wild stuff. All kinds of wild stuff.
Cool. Cool. So that was back in the days of Janie when he was with them.
Yeah.
Stuff. Yeah. Mm-hmm. What was he like?
And by the way, today's his birthday. Janie Lane's birthday today.
Wow. Oh, thank you. God bless Janie. One of my favorite storytellers when it comes to music. I mean, just such amazing talent. God bless him. Well, awesome, brother. Thank you. I didn't know that. I forget sometimes. We forget what day it is. We're always so fast in this world. Work, like you said, for the man.
Yeah.
For real, it is. It controls our world. It controls our thoughts. It controls everything we do. We're always saying, what bill do I have to pay? What bill do I have to pay? What's due now? What time does it be at work? I mean, that's exactly it all the time. I hate that life. I wasn't built for it because it makes me literally sick. But what was he like, bro?
I tell you what, it was there was 2 sides of him. Number one, as far as the performer, you talk about crazy nights. He was the leader on most of those crazy nights. He was a real strong presence. Trixter was fairly docile with regards to drinking before the Warrant tour, but when we got on the Warrant tour, we were there's no better way of saying it, we were forced to drink. And Janie taught me how to drink tequila. And it was it was a party experience, but the most amazing part about it was the next day. He was the first one to get on that stage, no matter how much he had to drink the night before, no matter what he did. He was on that stage in vocal shape, kicking fucking ass every goddamn show. He did not have a bad show.
He was great.
Now that was the thing that most impacted me about him. Because he was the first one to say, let's get in the fucking limo, go get some coke. So he'd go crazy every night, but he'd be on the fucking money every goddamn show. So I've never seen a singer really pull that off like that. And he was very, very strong performer. That's probably the biggest impact that he made on me is his commitment to performance. He really was something supernatural.
You want to hear something funny? The greatest show I've ever seen, and I know this is going to sound weird, and people are going to be like, no fucking way, Rich, this isn't possible. It was the Red, White, and Boom Blast. I think it was 1998. It was 1998 at the Starplex. It was called then the Starplex in Dallas, Texas. Now it's been named several things. Same arena, though, same place, Starplex. Kiss played there. Their outdoor amphitheater in Dallas, downtown Dallas. Like a shithole. It's in a shithole part of Dallas, but people come. And it was the Red, White, and Boom Blast, Dokken and Poison headline. They co-headlined. L.A. Guns, Enough's Enough, Rat. They were there. Warrant stole the show. Janie Lane was right in front of me. I got to touch him. He was dripping sweat. This is when he was getting older. He started losing his hair and everything, but their performance was amazing, dude. I mean, my God. I got to touch him. I was like, I'll never wash my head again. I was just a young pup, I'll never wash my head again, And it's like, and of course I did, and everything. But it's like, man, but it was so amazing. He stopped right there and banging my head with him, and it was the greatest show I've ever seen. He was so spot on. You could feel his pipes. Using his whole diaphragm, his voice coming through his whole diaphragm, like, whoa.
He had it, dude. If any one guy had it, he had it. That's for sure. And wrote great songs on top of it.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So I wanted to ask this. What was it like those days, those wild nights? I mean, I'm sure some girls got to sneak back there. How many of them had to drive in? I'm sure he had to shoo a lot away. Were they just beating down his door bus, I mean, whatever. It'd be like, was it literally he had to run for cover?
I remember one night in particular. I remember one night in particular. We were on that Blood, Sweat, and Beers tour, and Janie had a limo invited me to come with him, and it was basically just used to stop the people from slamming their bodies into the car. It was really weird, and it would be very weird because there'd be very, very light music, and he'd have a bottle of tequila. He'd take his belt and we wouldn't necessarily talk so much. He'd belt, hand me the bottle. I'd belt, send it back to him. And during this, it'd be bang, bang. And inside, we're just trying to maintain quiet composure as these bodies are just hitting the fucking car. So it was like really, but it's a surreal thing. And that was the kind of vibe, like every night you just have to like keep on going forward, while all that was happening. So it but taking that all in, that the whole quiet, I was kind of like an attempt to take it all in and say, this is happening right now. And we got another show to get to tomorrow, It's like,
right.
And then we got another one after that. And we got to keep a level head about this whole thing, but let's get drunk in the meantime. It's like a weird fucking thing, a very strange way of looking at life. Yeah.
I get it. Oh, I fully understand. I mean, not everybody's going to understand that you understand it and I understand it, and I guess it's just, maybe it's that thing. You've been a successful musician. I've been one trying to make it. I've had some success out there, at the local level. We got to go play, like I said, we got to go do 6 weeks of whatever, Oh, cool. Get to go out there and do some stuff, playing out of state. Oh, my God, all that cool stuff. But I knew, like, it was a different world when you and I were younger. It was a different world. Rock and roll was so much different. We had to do certain things if we were going to make it. If you couldn't hold your mud, so to say, if you couldn't hold your mud, if you couldn't play, if you couldn't party, if you couldn't do these things, then you fucking didn't make it. And so you couldn't hold it, I don't think people understand that today, bro. Do you think that they get it? Like what we had, like our era, our generation, I mean, we come from hippies. We come from hippies and people that were party animals. I don't think they understand what the 80s was like, man. But how do you describe it to people? They're like, well, you guys didn't have to party. They say shit like that to you today. You didn't have to do that, Mark. Bullshit,
it's not that you didn't have to do it. Man, it's very hard to describe it. I'll give you a little example. I went backstage this past weekend, and you know what it was like backstage? You could hear the hum of the fluorescent lights. When you went backstage in 1990, 91, you couldn't hear anything but people slamming against each other. So I don't, and now people don't, it's hard to even describe visually what I'm talking about, man. But the vibe is now here it is backstage. You ready? They're clicking on their phone. That's the biggest noise you hear. Back in our day, we didn't even have I had my first cell phone that was one of those things with a cord on the freaking base. There was no texting. There was no such thing as texting. So, like, we got our entertainment, in a different fashion. And there was nothing stopping. There was no such thing as social distancing.
Yeah, exactly.
It was a different world. It's very difficult to describe that change in dynamic, how different it is today. And it's weird, that's for sure.
Yeah. Have you ever thought about mentoring young kids? Mentoring young kids or trying to go, no, you don't want to do any of that. Never. I know it's a crazy question. I mean, seriously, I don't know.
I'm still trying to get these images out of my mind. So
I know, me too. I've got it all in there too.
Oh my
God.
God. When you go from that to mentoring young kids, we have to put a break in the conversation.
I know. Well, I know. I just say, like, helping young bands, Have you seen that shit? Well, I know. Oh my God.
It's like, wait a minute.
I know. We will. All right, damn it. Listen. No, I mean this. This is what I mean. Here's what I mean. That, okay, you've seen all this shit. We know we can't do this shit today because Me Too movements, everything else in the world. So have you thought about a way, like, maybe to tell these kids, okay, like, here's what to look out for, here's what to avoid, Have you ever thought of helping bands, maybe help them read their contracts, maybe a lawyer's better for that, or knowing they're not getting screwed, maybe go over a deal, help them find their sound, find their craft. You ever thought about doing anything like that?
I have done a bunch of lectures at colleges and high schools, things like that, as a guest speaker. But that started a long time ago. And those are the kinds of things you don't necessarily learn in, let's say, a college course on music, you know what I mean? Or business, so to speak. That's more real applied life experience. So offering that insight to people, I think, could be very valuable. I just, at this point in time, I'm more American premium pop oriented.
Well, that's okay. I get it.
I'm looking to turn the backstages of America back to the way it was.
Right. There you go. Look out, it's going to be raining soon.
You damn right.
I love it, bro. I get it. Hey, it was a lot better life then. It was more fun. People did have a good time. We could learn and get along with people no matter what. Nobody's like, well, who did you vote for? How do you feel about this? We just lived, You find out stuff about people. We judged them for who they were, how they treated us, not for what
Isn't
they
that
did.
interesting how that dynamic has changed so much? How did that happen, Rich? How the hell did that happen? Something for everybody to think about.
TV, influence. That's the only thing I think.
Influence. There you go. And now we are being influenced more so in more platforms than ever before. And I think people have to really think about that, or at least start to realize what's happening on a regular basis.
Yeah, I know it, man. I know. Sorry to take you from one question. I had that question in there, so I'm sorry to take you from the backstage to let me help your child. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That was kind of probably.
It took me a minute to shift gears on that too.
Well, I know it's okay, bro. I mean, it was funny to watch you laugh. To be honest.
I mean, hell, that's how we made the damn kids, isn't it?
Right. No kidding. Well, pretty much, yes. Wouldn't happen unless rock and roll, baby. Wow. So it's all good, you got to love that. But, hey, I like that, and I do want to see us get back to the more of the good times. I'm not saying everybody's got to go out there and have sex with everybody or, I'm not saying that. I just want to see us be more where it's not about like, it's how you treat people. It's how you treat each other. It's how you are in person to one another. Not about like something you said 18 years ago. That doesn't mean shit now or piss in the wind now, but yet everybody wants to go pick and choose. And it's just like, man, even rock and roll's become that way some way. And I don't want to see it become that way. In rock and roll, in music, in entertainment, in comedy. Come on. We need comedy. We need rock and roll. We need something to be free form, and free expression, so people can get out that that feeling. So
for your mouth to God's ears, my friend. No one says it better, right there, Rich. God bless you, pal. I really mean it. Thank you.
I appreciate that. I got another question I want to ask you. You jam with Trixter. You've done the trumpet thing. All right. How come you haven't put another band together? How come you haven't gone out there with, like, how come you guys, even your motorcycle guys, you ex-musicians don't get together and just jam something, record it, say, you know what, fuck it, we're going to do it for charity. We're going to do it for the vets, whatever. I mean, especially now, maybe now that could be something you think about doing with a bunch of other people, with the veterans. Maybe you get some veterans to come in, y'all make a song. I don't know. A lot of ideas here at play that I'm sure you've had. I know you're a master marketer.
Well, here, the first part of the question said, "How come you never done it?" First off, I have.
Yeah.
There's a few things that I've sat on. We got together. Me and Pete got together with Jordan Ziff of Rat, and we actually did a couple of recordings. Things that we've been sitting on for a couple of years now too.
Wow.
Will it ever come to light? I don't know. Everybody's off in different directions right now, but there's a bunch of things in the can that we really haven't done anything with. Will it come to light? I don't know. I really don't know. Yeah. That's just one thing. As far as my guys in Phoenix, there's some possibility of doing something. But again, I don't know. I guess it never materialized in the sense that we always had other things. Here's another thing. It's not just up to me. When you're going to have a group, it's the consensus of everybody to want to do it and make it a priority. So that's problem number 2. You know what I mean? As far as the American Legion goes now, I've had that idea to do something, particularly when there's 12,000 posts across the country. Gee, it makes the infrastructure for a nice tour. So to start with the launch parties for the Vodka, American Premium Vodka launch party, that's mission number 1. And I'd like to have a band play at each one. So ideally, I would love to be a member of that band, but I don't know. I have some local things. I have a good friend, Sal Carlino, that's out in Phoenix here, who's a fantastic blues classic rock player, and we jam together on occasion, and he's fantastic. So who knows what the future may bring, but one step at a time. And if something happens, one thing is sure, you're going to know about it. I promise you that.
Good. Well, I appreciate that. I'd love to. I didn't mean it as I don't want that to sound like, when I think about it now, I'm sitting there telling myself, I don't want that to sound like a negative question. Like,
no, it's not at all. It's just reality,
Yeah. I know that you push. I know for many years, up until 2016, 17, maybe even 18, you were pushing Trixter hardcore for them to get together and do something. You might have been the only guy waving the flag out of the whole band to get the guys back together. I mean, in many ways you were.
Dude, even when we were together, I wanted the band to play more. I thought there was a lot more we could do. The idea that we never went back to Japan or overseas to the extent that we should have gone, I felt was a huge crime, even today. So, those things, it was always Trixter first. So the idea of doing anything outside of that, it was really a distant second, So,
I get it.
It would take an extraordinary circumstance of individuals to come together for me to really be interested. So that has yet to happen quite yet, but there's little embryos. We'll see.
Yeah, that's awesome. Hey, I like it. I hear Rat could get back together and reunite for an anniversary tour. I hear that could happen. It's rumored it could happen. Steven wants it to happen, and that's a big thing. When Steven wants it to happen, that means it's probably gonna happen. If he's
we'll see. I wish them luck. I love Rat very much.
I do too. He's talking about Blotz coming in there, and I'm like, wow. That's pretty big shit right there. He's like, well, I'm bringing Blotz in. Fuck it. He doesn't give a shit. I guess everything's healed. I knew they had their differences, but wow. Holy shit. I never thought I'd hear him say that.
It would be great to see it. I would love to see it.
Fuck yeah, me too. I'm like, wow, bring it. So, love them or hate them, whoever, whichever side of the fence you weigh, they're still fucking Rat. Let's get them fucking together. Let's fucking do it. But maybe that open, unless they go 5-piece, maybe that would open up something for Jordan and you guys to do something. That's what I immediately thought. Maybe then you could release something without Steven being mad, And
again, we'll see what the future may bring. Just right now, it's not time. Time is not right this moment.
I get it. Oh no, I get it, man. I know. I get it. I think that people want to see that from you, though. And then they genuinely want to. I think that they would love that, man, and eat it up. So, definitely, most definitely, So it's cool. What you got the American Legion stuff that you're helping with the American Premium. What's name your vodka again? Right here.
It's American Premium Vodka. It will be released mid-March to coincide with the American Legion birthday on March 14th, 15th. Pardon me. The first launch party will be March 19th at the American Legion, Pat Tillman Post 117. You will see the promo for it. I promise you that. But we're going to party, man. It's a real celebratory night. Celebrate the American Legion birthday as well as the release of American Premium Vodka. And to keep abreast of everything, just keep an eye on www.americanpremiumvodka.com. And you go there now and see our new commercial. It's I'm very proud, very, very proud.
Yeah, you have a commercial that you wanted me to play earlier. Do you have it on YouTube? Where can I find that?
On YouTube, go American Premium Vodka or go to Mark Gus Scott. You'll see it on my my personal page.
Welcome back to the channel. In our previous video.
Wow, I just pulled up. Wow, look at that. I pulled up YouTube and just playing some earlier shit I had. Like, he's still trying to do it again. Look, he wants to do it. They're taking over.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. In our previous video.
My God, it's StreamYard wants me to play their videos. I'm like, dude, I'm picking up my own shit.
Yeah, they got their agenda they need to promote.
They have their agenda. Good God. I told you I need to see my proctologist because it always happens. It always happens.
Yeah, the best way you just go to Google or put in your web browser.
No, we got it, bro. We got it.
All right.
American Premium Vodka. We'll get it here, right here. And
you'll see there's a shot of Air Force One and some stealth fighters above it. It's some pretty badass stuff.
We'll get it right there. It is. Oh yeah. All right. You ready to play this?
Go, baby. Roll them.
All right. We can let them hear the audio. I can't share the screen yet. I got to learn to do.
All right. Well, that's your call. But whatever.
Well,
otherwise,
they
people
can hear
can
the
go
audio
themselves. Yeah.
Now hear it, people.
My fellow Americans, let the message ring out that from this day forward, when you buy American, you buy the best, handcrafted, something premium. Something pure. For this is the very essence of what our servicemen and women gave their lives to protect, and by God, we shall not allow their sacrifice to be forgotten. It's time to show the world just how great American can be. And we will not wait for tomorrow to come. We will stand here, this moment, together, and we will start today.
Awesome video. Yeah. Yeah, baby. Well, it's a great video, people.
Don't ever forget how great it is to be American.
What a great video, bro.
America we need right now.
I love it.
American.
God bless
Premium
America.
Vodka. Celebrate responsibly.
I love it, bro. I freaking love it. That's absolutely delicious. I mean, that's just beautiful. That is wonderful. I saw servicemen and women in it. I saw rockets going to space. I saw America. I saw everything. That video, people go out there and watch it. Freaking amazing, man. Count me in. Count me in buying a bottle. I don't want you to comp me one. I want to buy one, bro, to support my brothers and sisters. I'm dead mean it. And
Very kind. I'm sending you one anyway.
Well, I'm gonna help sell it, and I want to do that. I want to help, because I want to do that. I want to go out there and help promote, and so that the Rych Rage Rock Show is gonna do that. We got party people that listen. I'm old school. I drink beer. But every once in a while I've had me some vodka mixes or vodka drinks, and a Bloody Mary has vodka in it. A Bloody Mary has vodka in it.
Darn tootin'.
And I love me some Bloody Marys. So I put a little America in that. And that will be great. But bro, anything else you want to talk about, man? The floor is all yours.
Dude, God bless. I can't tell you how much I appreciate everybody's support on this. And come March, we're going to party. And I'm coming to a city near you. There's maybe 12,000 posts, but I'm going to get the most, the most active ones, the ones that raise the most money for veterans. That's where American Premium Vodka is going to go. So I'm going to travel around this country. I'm going to be a busy boy, and I will come to a place near you all over time. It might take some time, but yeah, I'm on the road, man. We're going to have a lot of fun. It's going to take a little time to get there, but I will get there. And I can't thank you I can't thank you enough for your support, Rich. And God bless you.
Well,
thank you for
I
your
appreciate
service.
you, Mark, and God bless you too, brother. And God bless you for your service for rock and roll and helping our hearts out there with music. You don't realize sometimes as a musician you think, what have I done? But music helps the heart happy. There's been times I've listened to Trixter, I banged my head, I felt good, bro. You had a part in doing that. It might have been loving a girl, it might have been sending 1 in a million to a chick, but you had a part in that, bro. And that made me feel good. So it's not like you didn't do anything for a Marine, a sailor, a soldier, or an airman, or anybody else, out there, a fireman, a cop, a brother, a sister, a mom, a dad, a cousin, a nephew, a kid, anybody. You've done it out there because your music, man. Music helps us live. Sometimes we think of those moments, it helps us fight. It helps us overcome stuff. And bro, you've been a part of that, so thank you. You gave service to our heart. So I appreciate that, man.
I'm honored by that. Thanks, brother. God bless you.
I really mean it. I really mean it. You did. If it wasn't for music, man, I don't know if I'd been alive today. I don't know if I'd been able to make it over fall down a mountain and make it. I don't know if I'd been able to make it over a wall, or whatever.
Without that music playing overhead at the Sizzler's bathroom, you just might not be here today.
Right. Hey, whatever. Hey, I actually know a girl loves Sizzler. I know this chick loves Sizzler, dude. It's like her favorite. I want to go to Sizzler. I just swear to God, she loves it, dude. She wants to go there. Their salad bar not so bad though. It's really good. Oh, you can eat. Remember those days, bro? Oh, you can eat Sizzler bar. You get your 1 cup meal a day. The 1 cup meal a day. You go load up at Sizzler. Where's Golden Corral? Where's Sizzler? Holy shit! You're trying to sneak it out, peach cobbler. Fuck. The real stories of rock and roll.
Always a pleasure. Thank you so much for having me,
man,
brother.
thank you, brother. Hey, man, God bless you. Thank you so much. I'm back. I've been under the weather, but glad to be back. Thank you for coming on and welcoming me back, Mark. And I appreciate it. Gus, Godspeed, bro. Keep rocking. We love you, man.
Thank you. Love you too, Rich. Thanks so much for everything.
All right, bro. You're out of here in 3, 2, 1. See you, bro. Thank you very much, Mark Gus Scott. Everybody else will play another Trixter song. Why not? Let's do it. Let's play a Trixter song out here and celebrate a little bit of Trixter on the Rych Rage Rock Show. Been a while since I've been on air. This is actually my first show in 2022. Been under the weather, and I apologize. Getting some new stuff out here working, trying to come back in there, trying to feel better, trying to get it going. And, I'm glad and thankful to my good friend, Mark Gus Scott of Trixter. You know him from those days. American Premium Vodka. Go out there, check it out and get it. Great stuff out there indeed. Gonna be great cause. You might not like to drink, but you can get one and put one on your shelf or have it for when your friends come over and they maybe like to have a Bloody Mary or pineapple and a little fun in it or something. I don't know. I don't think anybody asked you to get drunk or get screwed up. But to support our vets, that's something that I ask you to do. I ask you to do that, and Gus is asking you to do that too. We got to help those people that helped us. I've seen a lot of men and women in uniform that have done great things. Some of them are my heroes. Back in the Marine Corps, we used to have a dude called Iron Mike. He was an NCO, a non-commissioned officer. He's very highly decorated. He was a sergeant major of the Marine Corps. He's one of my heroes. Look him up sometime and see the battles he fought in, the things he did, and the men he trained, and the lives he saved. That's what it's all about at the end of the day. Yeah, scoring touchdowns, dunking baskets, hitting home runs. That's wonderful. It's great. Hey, it takes a hell of an athlete to do all that stuff, doesn't it? Going out, making records, having radio shows, spinning hits, all that stuff's fun. Playing guitar, being in front of millions of people, it's great. But at the end of the day, we wouldn't have any of that if it wasn't for our men and women in uniform. And I mean our cops, and I mean our firefighters, and I mean our EMTs and medical workers too. Those people out there that serve for a better good. I appreciate you, and I thank you. Go out there and support Gus in this new adventure, American Premium Vodka. I know I sure will. Even if he sends me a bottle over, I'm going to go get some more. I might even have to give one away. I might have to give him to sign one and then give it away here on the show. Maybe we'll auction it up and we'll raffle it and let the causes go to the American Legion. We got to do something. Have you ever seen heroes, folks? Have you ever met one? Have you ever seen them? I have. In all creeds. But you know it when you see them. Some still walk upright. Some today have to have a little bit of help from other devices. But nonetheless, they're still fucking heroes. And I'm very proud of them. Support. You don't have to be Democrat, Republican to support America or be American. You can be whatever. You can be independent. Hell, you don't have to be any of them at all. You don't have to have part of any of that. But we got to support our country, don't we? We got to support our troops and each other. We got to stand and quit fighting and dividing. And, it's like everybody's just nitpicking. Oh, look what you did. But they never look at themselves in the mirror. Is it necessarily right to go out and tell everybody what they did wrong? Is that necessarily right, or is that a wrong too? Oh, those that walk the high and mighty, right? Oh. Anyway. Got some Trixter. I love you, folks. Thank you for letting me come back on here. Thank you, Gus. Freaking awesome. Always glad to have him. 5th time I've had him on my show. Always nice. A little bit different this time. I'm growing. I'm getting older. I don't feel so good, as I used to. I'm fighting stuff. I'm battling, But I'm going to keep on going, bro. I love this country. People, people, my fellow Americans, my friends, foes, whatever. I'm going to keep on going till the day I die because I love this country and I love to be able to have the freedom of expression and be able to talk and feel. Oh, yeah. It's freaking cool, and I like it. I like it. We don't have to be like anybody else. Just be you. Just be you. This is the human era, not their era. You be you. Trixter, Cricket, cool. Rych Rage Rock Show live, loud and proud. Who knows what they're doing? They probably muted the music. So anyway, Facebook, somebody did. Sleep well, everybody. Have a great night, whatever. See you on Mixcloud.com. Rych Rage Rock Show coming up very, very soon. Got to shut all this stuff out, flush it, out. Like not meaning the interview, meaning the software, because I use something totally different when I'm over there. And so got to restart, shut down, come on back. So you should see me over there at the top of the hour. At the latest, hopefully immediate. So if some of you out there be looking for it, you subscribers, Mixcloud.com/Rych Rage Rock Show, RYCH Rage Rock Show. See you soon. Thank you all. I appreciate your support. Have a great one, everybody. God bless. Be strong. Be kind. And don't forget to rewind. Wow.